What's going on, everyone? I am Double D, and welcome to the Double D podcast once again. Always your host, Dale DeForest. Now, I'll be doing the next two podcasts differently. I've been having some busy stuff going on for the past few weeks, and I'm not sure how my schedule is to be working on videos and stuff. So, the format's going to be different for the next couple weeks. I apologize that I won't be giving much of the pre-race or post-race reviews, but I'll still be giving my opinions, of course, in the podcast like I always do. So, the videos may be shorter, but I'm still excited getting these out. And thanks for tuning in and keeping yourselves updated. Now, for this episode, I'll be interviewing Bennett Allen. Now, he's been on the episode before. I interviewed him on episode 3. He went to the Atlanta race. Well, last weekend, he went to the Richmond race. So it's going to be interesting to see what was it like over there. I'm sure that's actually one of his home tracks. He's been there many a times. But you get his opinion of what he thought of the race last week. Sure, it's going to be a pretty interesting episode. So here he is. Welcome back to the Double D podcast, episode 10. We've made it to the 10th episode of the Double D podcast. Thank you for joining in. Just texted you a few days ago, heard that you were at the Richmond race, so I knew who my guest on the podcast was going to be right away. So I want you to talk to me about all of your thoughts and your experiences at Richmond. What did you think about the whole thing over there?
Richmond was a lot of fun this go around, and this is the third year in a row I've been to Richmond, and this time my dad went with me. This is the first time my dad's gone with me since we moved here,
Awesome.
And he wanted to spoil us because he recently got promoted in the military, so we had a suite or like a booth, and it was really fun. They call it the Torque Club there. I don't know how much it cost to look it up because my dad bought it, and I just want to leave it up to my dad to know how much it cost. But we had an air-conditioned booth up like right before turn 1, and it's all you can eat food, all you can drink, unalcoholic drinks. And then you get, like, I think 4 drink tickets, but I'm under the age of 21, so my dad got 8
Obviously.
drink tickets. It was just really fun to have, like, air-conditioned place to, like, watch practice and qualifying for the Trucks and Cup, and really, really good seats, I found out, compared to the rest of the track. Like, it was just, you can see the whole track, you can see, all the major trouble spots, like entering 3 and exited 2 and exited 4. And so we got like a little table that was like right next to the window for cup and truck practice and qualifying. And so during practice, I'd stay up there, get food, hydrate. But during qualifying, I took pictures, and like it's easier to take pictures with just one car. So I chose about for the Cup, I chose 20 favorite, people I like their paint schemes, took pictures of them. For trucks, I chose about the same, about 20. There's a couple of guys I don't like where their paint schemes didn't look cool, so I was like, yeah, you're not photogenic enough. So I just watched them qualify. And the race itself, truck race, was pretty good. It was a little boring in the beginning because Ty Majeski absolutely was smoking the field. He was felt like 2 seconds faster than everybody on the
Prize
long
wasn't
run.
Corey Heim this time.
I know. It was actually refreshing, but I hate, Thor sport, so I kind of wanted Corey Heim to get up there. And, but I remember when Ty Majeski got spun out, I think I was looking at somebody going down the back straight. I think I was looking at the gap between him and Corey Heim. I think Corey Heim pitted before him or something. And all of a sudden, in the corner of my eye, I see, smoke. I shot to it. I was like, holy crap, it's Ty Majeski. And I poked my dad on the shoulder, like, Dad, look, it's Ty Majeski spun out. And then everyone's like, oh. And I was like, I was full, surrender Cobra. I was like, oh, I don't know. That's crazy. And, then I realized, even with him spinning out, he was still in second. I was like,
funny.
That's how big of a gap he had, was he could spin out, hit the wall, and still be in second. But you could tell that his truck wasn't as good as it was after he got some of that rear end damage, and there was definitely a lot of drag on it. But yeah. So it was good to see, Corey Heim win another one. That was pretty cool. And,
That's
Cup
awesome.
race on Saturday night was fun. But you were gonna say something, Daniel?
Yeah, couple of thoughts I'd like to give about your takes there. One, I'd like to thank your dad for his service. That's pretty cool that he got hired up in the military. That's cool. You're able to sit in like the what did you call it? The booth up there or something?
That's called the Torque Club.
Torque Club. Ah, it's
Torque.
different over there. Yeah.
Twerk. Twerk.
Twerk
For all the
club.
viewers. Twerk.
Oh boy. Oh, that's funny. All right. And also too, I don't think like cameramen in NASCAR get enough credit at all because, like you said, it's hard to focus on like certain cars. You can only focus on one at a time. I mean, you got to be like really professional at that to get the best angles and to get the best views of the cars going around there at really high speeds.
Yeah, it's like I've been to Richmond so many times. I figured out the spots. And for the truck race, I just really wanted to enjoy the like being out in the element. So I didn't really take a lot of pictures, but like there's a spot like right in the exit of 4 that like all the photographers get. It's a really good spot to see cars rolling off the bottom before they get on the front straight. That's where like 90% of my pictures are. Entering 1 is just impossible to get a good angle of for some reason. It's awkward. Like the fence, the way the fence is, it's just not enough space. And there's not enough gaps between the wires and the fence to get a clear shot of a car. So I focus mostly, like where our seats were in the suite were pretty good for taking pictures. So I focused up there, and then I also was down in turn 4 for the truck race. And when we get to the cup race, I'll tell you where I sat because I got a really cool opportunity down there. Huge thanks to the security guard that was probably like 70 years old. Let me hide out beyond the fence line. But yeah, it's fun. That's what I do every time I go to a NASCAR race now is I try to find the best place to take pictures. And for me, it's just fun. And it's satisfying when you get a clear image.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and also too talking about like the racing in Richmond and stuff over there. Ty Majeski, like you said, he spun out and he had too big a gap. He was in second place. I remember Larson like last year in the Cup race, he spun out battling Bubba Wallace, and he still kept his position. A lot of people forget, although Richmond is a short track, it actually the lap times are really long because of how much there's a lot of rotation at that track.
Yeah, it's like I raced on iRacing all last week. It's a short track, that's for sure. You don't like, but you roll so much corner speed there. Like I think I would mostly get up to maybe if I'm like diving deep into the corner, maybe 25 to 30% brake, and that's it. Like Richmond, you're just dragging brake into the corner and letting the car do its thing because there's so much banking on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is a little bit flatter, but 1 and 2 there's definitely plenty of banking to use. It's interesting for sure. And like coming off of 4, there's like no grip because you're still turning the car as you're coming off the corner because it's like a D-shaped track. And for some reason, it's just so slick on the exit of 4. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but like also you can't, it's hard to make passes going into 1. Like I feel like coming off of 2 is kind of like your spot. Like, because it's a normal, like, short track straightaway. You come off the corner and boom, there's a wall. So, I don't know. It's interesting. It's a fun racetrack to race on iRacing. In real life, it's just depending on the tire model, like, you know, the tire that Goodyear sends them. So, I don't know.
Yeah, no matter whatever you use at Richmond, you definitely have to save as much tire as you can to get around with better lap time or whatever strategy you're using. I'd share you my experience on NASCAR E5. Sure, I know it's not as realistic as iRacing, but going over there, Richmond was definitely one of my worst tracks because me, as like my driving style, I'm more of like a more on the loose end, more aggressive, more fast driver. But whenever I got to Richmond, I would eat my tires up all the time, and I would never fare well at Richmond.
Yeah, I struggled with NASCAR Heat 5 too there. It wasn't my favorite. But most of the online races I did back in the day in Heat 5 were like Daytona, Talladega. So it was either like Daytona, Talladega, or like Chicagoland or something.
Yeah. Rip NASCAR Heat 5. Can't wait till NASCAR 25, though. It's going to be similar to iRacing. Hopefully, the game actually lives up to the hype.
It looks the same.
It's looking promising, though.
It looks the same.
Yeah, it does.
I raced iRacing for 5 years and 5.5 years now. the car model for the truck in Xfinity look identical to what they look like in iRacing. I bet you I could put a screenshot that looks the exact same as what they gave us and compare it. And then it's like the meme, like in Office, like compare these two pictures.
They're
and
the
I'd be
same
like, "They're the
picture.
same pic-" Yeah, it's the same. The Cup cars look more like, I don't know, they look more arcade-ish, but like the lighting's better. Like, because I think one of the things iRacing struggles with is lighting. The lighting looks better, which is bigged up, honestly. I'm just hoping they give us, like, if they give us rain in NASCAR 25, they better give us rain in freaking iRacing, right? Like, come on. Or at least give us, like, the look of the road course package or something. Because, like, it doesn't, when you race, like, road courses in iRacing, like, the spoiler, like, and the diffuser look right, but there's no, like, mud flaps or windshield wiper. I want the full like road racing experience. I want to be able to flash my rain light in someone's eye and blind them. All right, that's just the goal.
You know what Lightning
But,
Queen would say? Race cars don't have headlights because the track is always lit.
but it needs rain lights so we don't run into each other, i.e. Coda
2021. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
2021. Yeah. They still had rain lights. It was just a monsoon.
Yeah, I mean, I was insane how that race was going. But yeah, about the NASCAR 25 updates. I got low expectations because honestly, when they first get out the game, they're gonna have to figure out like what are the bugs that are going on, and then they're gonna have to figure out how to update from there. So
I have high expectations. I have extremely high expectations
because it's iRacing.
iRacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I
That's the way
just
it
been
is.
so much trauma from like all the motorsports games.
NASCAR
I've
Heat
been through
Evolution, never forget.
Yeah.
Remember NASCAR Heat Evolution was like 2016?
That's actually the only Heat game I do not have. Is Heat Evolution.
Really?
Somehow I was lucky not to buy that game. I bought Heat 2 through Ignition, and that was it.
I bought everything through Ignition, and I thought, you know what? I race iRacing. I don't need another console game. And yet, once NASCAR 25 comes out, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
So
Take my money.
I guess if I want to, I still don't know why I'm going to buy it. I guess it's just because I want something new. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that with most people. Okay, so
I pay $200 a year for iRacing. I don't need another NASCAR game.
yeah.
Anyways,
Okay, so here we are talking about the Cup Series. So we talked about how Richmond was the entire weekend. You had some good time, like taking good pictures, and you were able to get some really good seats. But for the Cup Series, I thought it was a really interesting race. I thought it was one of the best short track races of the year because I mean, we haven't really had a good short track race. I mean, Iowa was okay because of all the strategy that was mixed, but just with the Gen 7, it's really difficult to get a good short track race. But I say Richmond, the racing and stuff, and even the tires. I mean, Goodyear did really well with the tire settings. Like, it only lasts for like 30 and 40 laps. Everybody else had to pit, and you didn't have to worry about any like fuel saving mode or anything. I think that's what made the racing peak at Richmond. What were your thoughts about the whole thing? Because I thought the racing was pretty good.
I thought it was interesting. I was up in the suite, so there's a lot of random company executives up there and whatnot, and heard people talking about how like Goodyear pretty much brought the softest tire they could possibly bring. It was even softer than the option tire last year, which was still an interesting race, but I thought it was great. Like flag to flag, I thought it was amazing. No, like you could look anywhere on the racetrack and there'd be something interesting happening. My favorite thing was watching SVG rip the top. I didn't think it was possible, but he made it possible.
You know who else would like to rip the top back in the day? Dale Jr.
Yeah, that's true. I thought the race was great. Like being at the racetrack, I had my scanner on, so I was just listening to MRN, so I kind of knew what was going on. I've noticed the last couple times I didn't rent a scanner, like it's hard to know what's happening. Like you're looking around, but like you don't know what's going on the inside. You're just watching. And so having a scanner really changes the game. And so I'm listening to MRN, and if I'm curious on like strategy for my favorite driver, like I'm a Bubba fan, I was like just put in like car 23. and boom, I'm in Bubba's radio, and I was like, there was one point I was literally sensory overloaded because I didn't know where to look. Like, there's just battles everywhere. And then in my head, I'm thinking, man, who's going to pit? Like, what's the pit strategy here? Like, it's just, I was constantly just confused, basically, because the racing was so good. And, yeah, I think the tire was perfect for the weather conditions. You remember, like, with Goodyear, for some reason, the next-gen car, weather is so important.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is if we just narrow the tires down a little bit, the racing will be better everywhere, but it's just my opinion. But like, it was good. The rubber was laid down on the racetrack. Tires were wearing. You couldn't go the full fuel run on just tires alone. You had the short pit. And, I mean, somehow Austin Dillon won. I mean, I know how Austin Dillon won, but
Yeah.
somehow he did.
Yeah, for the first time, he actually legitimately won. Like, he actually earned this race, which
I was mad.
I was proud of him about that. Because, I mean, last year, I think he had it won until they had that caution with Sinos with 2 laps to go, which was really annoying.
Mm-hmm. I'm still mad about Austin Dillon winning because I was praying for a caution in the last 30 laps. Like, as a Bubba fan, like, yes, like, the tire coming off really pissed me off.
Yeah,
but
I
also
saw that. His pit crew
he got sent.
messed up.
He got sent by Michael McDowell on that restart, and like at that point, he probably slid his tires, and that was over with.
There was a good point in
But
the
he
race
had-
I thought Bubba Wallace was going to win because it looked like he was the best Toyota. Even at restarts, he was a rocket. Best on restarts this year.
Always good at restarts, but I got so frustrated. Like, the pit crew was really good all night. They were doing what they're supposed to do, and then I just knew like something was going bad on that pit stop. And like I heard like on his radio, hey, like come to pit road this time. So I was looking over, like I was sitting right at turn 1 basically. I looked over to turn 3, and he's coming around, and I like, okay, it's a little slow in the right rear. It was like, or left rear. I was like, that's fine. And then, God, dang left front, man. Like
The wheel rolled away.
Like, I saw the sparks, and I was like, no, there's no way. And I was just so mad. I was like in a full like surrender Cobra, like absolute shocked face. And like I wasn't in the suite with my dad at this point. I had 2 coworkers that showed up to their first NASCAR race. It was pretty cool. And so like we were typing in the notes app and like showing each other's phones to communicate. And they just like, what's wrong? And I'm like, look. And then you just see the tire rolling down. And I'm like, what happened? I'm like, pit crew messed up. Like, it's the jackman's fault if you look at it. Yes, the left front tire changer should have been faster at putting the lug nut on. But as a jackman, at least give him a look before you turn the handle. Like,
Yeah,
it's whatever.
That's the thing about these NASCAR
like,
pit stops. Your cue is for the jack to go down, and that's usually what happens. And that's unfortunately what happened on Bubba Wallace's pit stop.
Still mad about it. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, I've been through those types of situations with Chase Elliott's pit crew multiple times this year. Which that's something I'd like to discuss. There was quite a bit of drivers on like different types of strategies. Yes, he had some other drivers like Ryan Preece, Chase Elliott, and others trying to save up an extra set of tires for the end of the race. And I thought that was a good decision because they'd be faster at the end. But of course, messing up a pit road. A lot of people were messing up on pit road this weekend. Caused Chase Elliott and others to go to the back. And of course, Chase Elliott lost a regular season championship all because he got involved in that pileup with Kyle Busch and others. If only Kyle Busch with spotter was looking at the right time.
I don't even think that was Kyle Busch's spotter. It was just Kyle Busch being RCR Kyle Busch. Yeah, I think there was like almost like a record number of penalties this weekend. Like in the Cup Series, I think it was like 18 or I don't look, but I think it was a lot. I think it was like something like anywhere from like 18 to 25. I think was the number. Like, it was just mistake after mistake. Driver or pit crew, like speeding or like equipment violation. And speaking on that big wreck, I didn't really see it live. I was sitting in turn 4 taking pictures, and all of a sudden I just saw like a plume of smoke, and I like turned my camera, and I was trying to like get my camera to focus, and then all of a sudden I hear a loud just like slap, and I looked up, and there's Chase Elliott's car like 10 feet away from me, and I was like, oh, that sucks. So I just like got my camera, and I started like trying to focus my camera through the fence, but then I watched the replay after, and I was like, what was Kyle Busch doing? Like it. What's your thought process? He wrecks basically the whole field and then proceeds to turn left down the racetrack into Chase Elliott instead of holding his wheel straight. I didn't understand that. So
yeah, I gave you Darlington 2020 PTSD.
It gave me CTE vibes. I think Kyle Busch needs to go to his neurologist. Something's wrong up there.
Yeah. Well, it was a bittersweet night for RCR. Of course, we mentioned Austin Dillon winning, giving our thoughts about it, and of course that made the playoff grade less now on the winning you're in. So we're gonna be talking about that later on. But yeah, I was really disappointed about that. And then obviously William Byron winning the regular season championship. I'm sure he's probably risen up Sabrina Carpenter right now, but I heard he's risen up somebody else, and I forgot who she is. What is up with Byron recently? He's 0 for 2 so far, even winning the Daytona 500.
I don't even know anymore. Byron is a certified simp, 100%. I like both me and my brother have a crazy crush on Aaron Blaney. Like, how do you lose a woman like that? Come on, man. Like, he fumbled the bag. No other comments on William Byron and his so-called game.
Just like his championships. But yeah.
No comment.
But yeah, about that. And back to SVG, I want to give a shout out about that. He finished 14th in one of the tracks where veterans are usually the greatest and usually younger drivers or not as much experienced drivers aren't as good. SVG was able to get a top 15. Each and every race, he's improving on the ovals, and I find that really impressive about him. At least he's trying to learn and trying to get better compared to other drivers that have gotten into the sport.
Yeah, like I said, he ripped the top, dude. He really spent the whole race up top. Like, I'm not joking. From like lap 10 to lap 400, he was ripping the fence, and the line was like more of a diamond. Like, he would enter the corner like third lane, and then he would drift up maybe half a lane off the wall and diamond the corner back down. Yeah. 3 and 4 was a little bit different, because in 3 and 4 you can kind of enter higher, but he would turn down off the corner and just get a crazy run down the front straight. Yeah. So he got the wheel straight earlier, and when you get the wheel straight in the cup car, you can get the power down harder.
True.
And so, like, he was probably saving rear tires and then also just getting these crazy runs, and it's pretty good. I mean, really impressive. He's getting better at ovals, which is good. He went out of his comfort zone, ripping the fence where no one else was really doing that. It's impressive.
Yeah, there was a point where he was passing multiple cars. I thought, oh man, he's going to climb up in the top 10. But of course, timely cautions, and of course, I think he made contact with somebody on pit road too that slowed down his race. But he still managed to get 14th. Yeah.
I mean, that's like 2 or 3 seconds. I mean, he could have finished like maybe P12 or P11. I think that group was pretty close together at the end. But they also had Austin Dillon going through lapping them, and then they also had Alex Bowman try to catch. So, I think it's just impressive.
Yeah, the only guy to
the
go,
88 team, man.
Sorry. The only guy to go on like that 3-stop strategy was Carson Hocevar. The only way it'd work is if his pit crew did not make any mistakes. They made mistakes on all 3 pit stops. I was really wanting to see him battle Austin Dillon. I thought, oh man, this is going to be cinema, and
he wouldn't have gotten there anyways. I just don't think that 3-stop strategy would have worked out, because Austin long run speed was really good. And I thought Ryan Blaney's long run speed was be good, but he pitted way too late. Like, way too late. With that tire gap, the second Austin Dillon hit pit road, he should have hit pit road the next lap.
True.
Like that was a huge gap on tires. It was like 3 seconds, I think. Like he would have had a chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a crew chief. I don't have the data, but it was obvious. Like, he had like it was 6 seconds. After Blaney left pit road and got his tires warm, it was 6 seconds off of 3 laps.
Yeah, watching the broadcast and watching like the long run speed of Blaney, you can tell like his rears were just cooked. His rears were cooked on like the long run.
Well, it wasn't even that. Like that first long run, so it was like the first pit stop or whatever, and then Blaney was catching Austin, and like almost like they had a really good battle for about 20 laps. They're side by side, and that was perfect for Blaney. But like after he got that 6 second gap, all he was thinking in his head was, "I need to close this gap." And he would get around lap cars and he'd push his rears too much. And you heard him on the radio. He was like, I was listening to MRN. They're like, yeah, Blaney's saying that his rear tires are gone. Like, yeah, they're gone because he was pushing too hard.
Yeah.
Like that's not his fault, really. It's his crew chief's fault for not pinning him earlier. But, like, still, like, what, as a driver, what can you do? You have a 6 second gap. And you have 4 lap fresher tires, which is probably 3 or 4 tenths. Like, gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. Or somebody else I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman, it looked like he was trying to chase out Austin Dillon, and the same thing happened to Blaney. Got caught up in lap traffic, and he wasn't happy with SVG or any of the Chevys at the end.
Yeah, he didn't have a right to be mad at them. They're racing their race, dude.
I agree.
It's your job as the lead lap car. Like, we're not in F1. We're not in road course racing. The blue flag don't mean crap. And SVG was battling for position around those guys. And so he never got the blue flag to let him by because he was battling with their other lap down guys. And if you're like Alex Bowman, like, try something different. Maybe try running a lane higher. Maybe give him the bumper. Like, he had no reason to be mad at all. That's just the driver getting upset that his car isn't as fast as it once was.
And the emotions that Daytona coming up where he's in a must-win now.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later on. But here's what we're going to talk about, as it was just released this week. The schedule, the new NASCAR schedule, for all 3 series, it was released today. As NASCAR, they of course are going into that military base at San Diego. I'm going to be excited about that. All 3 series will be racing there. Have a feeling that'll be better than Chicago, and I think it's fitting, too, that they're having it on the 250th anniversary of our military.
I am so excited for that. Me and my family are actually thinking about going. Let's see, it's 2025, so about 5 years ago we left California. So 2017 we were out there through 2020. We live in San Diego, and that base is pretty big. I don't know where they're going to put the road course at, but I'm excited to see. I used to go down there for, like, they had really nice beaches, or my dad had something going on down there. So, hey, let's take an hour drive down the, Coronado. Logistically, it's going to be a nightmare. There's one bridge to get on that island and one bridge to get out.
Oh, boy.
So, and it's like 2 lanes each way.
Yeah, that's going to be... Hopefully we don't have Kentucky 2011 traffic.
We're going to have Kentucky 2011 traffic. It's just there's no other way to get on base. And I don't know where they're going to put all the cars to park. I get it, like, Chicago is probably the same thing, but there's no, like, parking garages down there or anything. And there's probably not enough, like, are they going to park cars, like, on the tarmac of the air station? Like, there's so many logistic things. I've had the conversation with my dad. I was like, I don't know where they're going to put this stuff at.
I mean, you got to be confident enough if you're having all 3 at a series race there.
I also heard that the truck race is probably going to be restricted to only military and their families, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So I would get on probably for free because, military kid. Got my DOD ID. Awesome. I live on base right now. So, if they had a Naval Station Norfolk street course race, yeah, it'd work. I think. It'd be interesting, but I think it would work. You can go buy the aircraft carriers. Yeah. There's like 5 of them out here.
It's pretty cool that you're a military kid and I got you on the episode to talk about this topic.
Yeah, I know, it's fun. I'm excited. Even if I don't get to go to the race, like, when they scan it and put it in the iRacing, it might be the only track I race at for a long time. Like, San Diego is such a pretty city, and the weather's always nice. It rarely rains. Like, 72 degrees and sunny, man. Yeah. It'll get better than that.
Beside wildfires, but...
Yeah,
it doesn't
affect
wildfire victims. Yeah.
We only had one fire scare when I lived out there. You could see the glow behind the hill behind our house. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they're adding that San Diego race. They had some major changes to the schedule. One of those being Dover to the All-Star race. Really controversial move. When I first heard about it, I was like, "What is NASCAR doing? Are they on crack?" Because I was like, "Are they on crack? Why would you have Dover as the All-Star race where previous years they went to Bristol, they had North Wilkesboro still, and of course, you could have traditionally went to Charlotte. I thought that would have been the best option. And when I heard NASCAR's reasoning, they said Dover wanted a race that wasn't as hot. But you could have scheduled Dover the same race as Watkins Glen. I mean, I didn't like Watkins Glen being in the spring. So what are your thoughts about Dover being the All-Star race this year? I do not like it whatsoever.
Trying to find the schedule. I had to scroll on Twitter for there it is. Okay. Dover All-Star race. Temporary lighting question mark. Don't like the idea of Dover out of all the racetracks where it's a one lane racetrack to be the All-Star race. That doesn't make sense to me. There's also no night lighting, and everyone likes a night race for the All-Star race. Personally,
True.
I don't think we need an All-Star race. Really, there's no point. We don't have All-Stars. We don't have unless you just make it like the way it used to be, where it was race winners of the previous year and championship drivers. That's what it used to be. Like it was like the Clash. But no. So, no point.
I have a feeling the only thing interesting about Dover will be the promoter's caution, and that's about it.
No, don't even have that. Just let them race. And let it be a points paying race. Maybe label it as the All-Star race, but make it points paying or something. Or have an off week. We can keep the 36 race season, but there's no point.
I agree.
And then you were mentioning Watkins Glen being in the spring. I don't see a difference to that. The only thing I can think of is that the Watkins Glen 6-hour race is around the same time of year. And so that makes it 1 weekend or 1 month out of the year for people in New York to go watch big name racing at Watkins Glen, which is kind of unfair to them. Yeah. But
well, the reason why I complain about Watkins Glen is because I thought it was fine where it was. I mean, in New York during the summertime, it's hot, but it's not horribly hot like other places. So I didn't think it needed to be moved to the spring. But I mean, we'll see. It might be good. It might be a good move. We'll just have to see.
I don't think it will be. What is it? It's gonna be May 10th. It could rain more in the spring. Usually it's a little bit more humid. Whatever. I digress.
I mean, that's why I like the spring races more out west.
You're probably going to bring up Chicagoland, right?
Oh, yeah, that's coming up. The return of Chicagoland Speedway. Really excited about this move. I was surprised when they took it off the schedule in after 2019. I think it's also exciting, too, that it's also going to be on July 4th weekend, where it was in 2018. So I'm going to be excited about that. What are your thoughts about Chicagoland returning?
10 out of 10, best decision they could have made, honestly. Racetracks are great on iRacing. It's great in real life. I think it a Kansas-type thing, so it's going to suit the next gen pretty well. We all like the next gen intermediate package. Mm-hmm. If they bring a good tire, it's going to be the best race we'll ever see. Yeah, I mean, Carson Husford told us this was going to happen months ago. So
true. Yeah, he was been filming about that. Even and he even visited the abandoned site of Chicagoland. All that grass was growing and stuff. But we knew it was going to return. He was setting up for it.
I'm very excited for it. It's a really great racetrack.
Yeah.
I mean, and the surface is going to be worn even more and weathered. It's going to be great.
I cannot
It's going to be great.
And with someone that lives in the Midwest, that lives near St. Louis, I'm surrounded by so many tracks. You got Kansas, you got Chicagoland, you got Indianapolis, you got Nashville, and of course, right next door, Worldwide Technology Raceway. I cannot wait to go to those races in the future.
I'm glad they're not taking away the Gateway date.
Yes.
There was rumors about that.
That's the only thing I was happy about. I was like, as long as Gateway's still on the schedule, I'm a happy man. I was really happy about that Gateway was still on the schedule. That was the first thing I looked for because I thought it would have made zero sense to get rid of Gateway because they sold out in 22 and 23. There's a near sell out in 24. And the racing's just really good over there the past 3 years. Well, maybe besides 23 where Kyle Busch dominated. But other than that, the racing was pretty good. Maybe not the winners, but the racing was pretty good.
Dude, imagine if they bring the tire they had at Richmond there. Like, legitimately.
Yeah, but the shifting over there is completely different. It's kind of like a bigger version of Phoenix, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's still gonna be fun, and I'm glad they decided to keep it on the schedule. It deserves to be there, in my opinion. The Xfinity series is going there again. I think I read right. Hold on, or the O'Reilly series.
O'Reilly series. It's gonna be difficult for me calling it that next year.
Yeah, but the trucks don't go there. The trucks usually is pretty good. That's like the track they've been going to for years now. There used to be the only series that went there.
I remember the first race at Worldwide Technology where Carson Hocevar broke his foot.
Yeah, I remember that one then too. Yeah.
I saw him get hit in the door. I was like, oh man, that's not going to be good.
I think the Xfinity Series race this year is going to be good, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be at night. I'm going to both Xfinity and the Cup Series. All right. Of course, I'll upload a vlog in a few weeks of me being a Gateway, but I got to ask you about something else on the schedule. St. Petersburg being added for the Truck Series. I actually like this move because I watch IndyCar as well, and them having like the trucks and IndyCar on the same weekend potentially. I think that's pretty good exposure for the Truck Series. I think it is a good idea to also give like the truck drivers like experience on like the street courses. So what are your thoughts about it?
I'm going to be brutally honest here for a second. Okay.
Go ahead.
My personal opinion, amazing, great, 10 out of 10. They should do it every year. But the race is going to be an absolute crap show, dude. You know how tight that racetrack is? You know how crappy of road course racers some of these truck guys are? Like, it's going to be the first street course they go to.
It's probably going to be 50 cautions.
But they can have all my money because it's going to be so much funny. Like, it's so much fun to watch. True. Like, really. Like, it's a good, from a PR standpoint, it's a great move. IndyCar, like, Truck Series doubleheader. Great idea. Probably get Indy next there, too, so it's, like, covering the spread. But the trucks, out of all the 3 series they could have sent to St. Petersburg, the trucks.
Yeah. I was like, what? The trucks? I mean, I see maybe Xfinity going there because they got rid of Portland.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Xfinity doesn't have as many road courses anymore, and I'm sad. As a road course ringer in iRacing that loves the Xfinity car on road courses, there's like 4 next year, I think. 4?
Yeah.
If that. Again, I have it on my phone, so I can look.
And I actually like the racetrack Portland, so I was actually kind of disappointed I was off the schedule.
Yeah, they just added Portland to iRacing, too, and I get 1 year to race it in the Xfinity car. Some bull crap.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All
Let's see. I'm counting the road courses. You got Coda. Then you get the Glen. Then you get San Diego, Sonoma. That's it. That's 4. That's it. That's all I get next year is 4 road courses.
Yeah, NASCAR, they don't mean the Cup Series. I mean, I'm kind of, in a little sense, I'm kind of happy they're going to like a traditional set of road courses because I think at one point they were getting too many road courses.
No, there's never too many road courses.
Of course, because you're a road ringer.
Yeah, there's never too many road courses. Give me all of them.
That's funny. Okay.
Give me 100 of them right now.
What else is next? So, any other additional takes to the schedule? I mean, of course, I think we've pretty much covered everything. I was surprised Kentucky did not go back on the schedule. Because I thought with mile and a half, with how good NASCAR's been on mile and a half, they would bring Kentucky back too, but no.
Kentucky never really raced good. I had a couple good races. In terms of Cup, I think North Wilkesboro definitely deserves.
Yeah, I was happy about it being a points race.
That's going to be 400 laps of Wilkesboro is going to be insane. At night, it's going to be great.
Well, that's another thing. I hope they make the Chicagoland race at night because I'm sure it's going to be hot during the summer.
Maybe like sunset.
Yeah,
like I think that'd be perfect. A little upset that Xfinity didn't get a date at North Wilkesboro. That It's another track I think that car would thrive at.
Yeah, I was disappointed that the
Uh,
Cup Series didn't get a date at Rockingham. Only I
yeah,
think
Rockingham
Xfinity and
too.
Trucks did get over there.
The next gen car race is really weird at Rockingham and iRacing.
And
So
good to know.
I'm not surprised. I don't know. I think everything else is good. Sucks that the Roval's still there. I think another Charlotte date would have been good. I do think the third round, the round of 8, is a gauntlet of racetracks. Yeah, Phoenix, Dega, and Martinsville.
That's
in
gonna
the
be chaos.
Same group.
That's gonna be chaos.
That's actually really good scheduling for the round of 8. If you think
I
about
agree.
it, you have 8 drivers going for the championship race at a mile and a half. Just imagine, like the crazy part about that is that there's no road course in there, right? So SVG, if he makes it that far, he ain't gonna go nowhere. But there's Talladega, which imagine if SVG wins at Dega, it'd be crazy.
And he could win a Dega this year if he can make it that far.
He will. He has so many playoff points. He'll make it that far. Trust me. So
yeah, I was talking
round
about
of 8
that in the podcast a couple weeks ago, or it was last week. SVG has so much playoff points, he just got to run decent in the round of 16, and he'll be.
Doesn't he
advanced.
have a road course in the round of 16? I'm looking. Hold on.
Not in round 16, but in round of 12, they got the Roval.
Yeah, he just has to finish races. If he finishes top 20 at these ovals like he's been doing, he'll be fine. Oh, but the Roval. He's definitely going to dominate at the Roval, probably.
Larson did dominate last year.
Yeah, that did surprise me. I think it was because, like, one of the things when they changed up the layout last year of the Roval, they didn't really, like, I don't know how the Chevy, like, simulators and the Ford and Toyota simulators work. I don't know if they can, like, code that really fast and compared to iRacing. But, like, if you're a NASCAR driver and you regularly use iRacing as your tool to get ready for the weekend, they didn't update the track that fast. iRacing takes almost a year or so. Like, it's still not updated in iRacing.
Yeah, that's true, because it's got to be as realistic as possible.
Yeah, and they literally paved a whole new section of the racetrack. And you can't just, like, add that realistically. It's kind of hard to do that. So, like, because they have to rescan the whole racetrack.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they built up these other tracks after they were cleaned up, like North Wilkesboro. Dale Jr. was the main reason that was possible.
I'm so happy Wilkesboro's back, man. That's big.
Same here.
Big.
Okay, so I think we pretty much covered the key parts of, like, the schedule and the schedule changes for next year. Now, we got to get into the main event of the podcast, the good part, the playoffs, the regular season championship coming up, or the last race of regular season championship, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But Daytona.
Yeah.
Austin Dillon just recently won, so there's only 2 spots left up for grabs. Tyler Reddick got a good points cushion as long as there's no new winner and he doesn't have a bad race. I see him advancing, but it's down to that 16th spot. Alex Bowman, 30 points behind Tyler Reddick. Difficult task to get more points than him to pass him. So, my opinion, Alex Bowman is in a must-win. There's going to be a lot of drama going into Daytona coming up. Potentially a Hendrick car could be eliminated.
I don't think Bowman is a must-win. It's more of a must-get stage points in top 10 sort of deal. So, he is 60 points ahead of Chris Buescher. So, imagine Alex Bowman finishes out of the points, right, for both stages.
Yeah.
And say Buescher wins both stages. That's 20 points. Boom, right there. Instantly. And, like, that's if Alex Bowman finishes, like, 11th compared to his, whatever. If he finishes first in both stages. So, that is 10 points or 20 points gone right there. That puts him down to 40.
I don't see Bowman catching Reddick, though, unless Reddick has a bad race. Because if you get a new winner, someone's getting eliminated.
I think Tyler Reddick has it. I really just think it's Alex Bowman versus Buescher and then everyone else. Like, I don't even think Buescher can realistically point in unless he wins the race.
Yeah, it is a must-win for Buescher and everybody under there.
I think, like, my, like, underdog pick, in brutal honesty, well, Ryan Preece is probably going to end up flipping, so I'm not worried about him.
Yeah.
Really? I hate to say it, because I mean I like him. I met him in person this past weekend.
Honestly, Ryan Preece should have got sponsored by Red Bull. You get wings.
Honestly, get wings. I think Carson Hocevar is going to be the sleeper pick.
Yeah, aggressive. I that's not a bad pick.
I mean, I picked Cody Ware in our thing because I had to do memes, but because someone took my my meme of picking Bubba every week, and it's worked. Cool. I'm like, I don't know, like 10th in points. Anyways, yeah, I think Carson Hocevar is in the catbird seat. I think if they give him a good enough car, if he qualifies well on Friday night, I think he has a chance, and that's my sleeper pick. I think Reddick got it in the bag. I think if Reddick scores points in both stages, they'll basically point him in. Yeah. So I think it's really a battle for everybody at the below the cutoff, and then Alex Bowman, which I don't like because he has beef with Bubba.
Yeah.
So boo.
As long as Reddick doesn't DNF, I think Reddick's going to advance. I think it's going to come down to that 16th spot, no matter what.
Yep.
But here's what I think. I think we are going to get an upset winner. It's just been that type of year again, like where we got so many new winners. Remember last year, Harrison Burton winning, beating Kyle Busch for that race.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my prediction. I think Kyle Busch is going to get revenge. I feel like he's going to pull off the victory here. I mean, he came so close so many times at Daytona. He won in 2008, but I have a feeling with like the guts he has to win, he's going to try his best to win that race.
He's wrecking out at some point. He's been doing it every week for the last, like, I don't even know. I can't even count it on one hand. He's going to wreck out. He might even hit the catch fence, honestly. Like,
oh boy.
It's just not been his year.
Yeah, I mean...
Ryan Preece is going to get turned into the inside. Like he's going to be going down the back straightaway. He's going to get turned right over where the bus stop is at the road course and flip again. Because that weird flat they have on the A post is going to catch, and he's going to tumble. All right, that's going to be like That's going to be the first flip. And then Kyle Busch is probably going to pull a Austin Dillon from 2015.
Oh, we hope not.
It's going to be crazy. We're going to finally get our first next gen catch fence wreck because the A post failed. So that's my prediction.
Oh, that's crazy. All the chaos of Daytona. I mean,
I don't think Kyle Busch is going to do it. I think he's lost hope.
I mean, it seems like he's lost hope for pretty much his second half of the regular season. But I feel like somehow at Daytona he can put it around because RCR has done well at the plate tracks.
They have. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Busch. I told you earlier, I think he has CTE. Like, legitimately, I think he has CTE.
Or I wonder if he's trying to get fired.
I mean, he could be. That's a very Busch thing to do. I mean, I heard all the radioactives from Kurt Busch back in the day, like back in the COT days.
Yeah.
Dude, that man got fired from Penske.
Literally, Diary of a Madman.
Like, he went to, like, what team did he go to?
He went to James Finch after Penske.
That's right. Yeah, he went to Finch, and then
they moved him to Furniture Row for a year.
Yeah. And then he finally learned his lesson and then started to drive good after that. Went to, let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's like Penske, and then he went to Finch.
He went to Furniture Row, and then he went to Stewart-Haas.
Then he went to Stewart-Haas after that, yeah.
I was disappointed when Stewart-Haas closed down. But I could see why, because of all the stuff that was going on with them. I'd have to cover that in a video someday about Stewart-Haas.
And to have Cole Custer as your Haas factory team driver.
Yeah.
Out of all the people in the Ford Motor Camp that you could have chose, you chose Cole Custer.
Yeah. Well, daddy's money, obviously.
Yeah, sponsorships. Makes sense.
Anyways, talking about all that, all the unpredictability of Daytona, this is another big question. So, of course, we talked about Cole Custer, Cody Ware. They are both below 30th in points. And they could have the potentiality of winning the race of either eliminating Tyler Reddick or Alex Bowman. Do you think if any of them wins, do you think it's going to completely get rid of the playoff system that NASCAR has as we know it?
That's a good question. I think NASCAR is already working on adjusting the playoff format because they mentioned today after the schedule released that Ben Kennedy said that the playoff format for next season's not set in stone yet. So I think they're trying different options, but I don't know. I don't think a driver outside the top 30 in points is going to cause the change. I think the change is already in motion because of all the outcry fans have had towards NASCAR as of
I
recent.
tread lightly of what NASCAR says, though, because they said that for a couple of years. We're looking into it. Everything's fine.
I think this is going to be changed because I think if they keep it, people are going to be pissed. Like, I feel like if SVG just makes it into the championship 4, that's a ruining of the system.
Agreed.
Like, honestly, because he took advantage of the win and you're in system.
Honestly,
But
in 2014, Ryan Newman almost ruined it by winning no races that entire year and almost won a championship. If you think about it.
Well, you got to look at Matt Crafton. I think it was like 2018 or something. 2019. Literally didn't win a race and won the title.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
I don't like the playoff format. I thought the OG chase was beautiful, like, because like the points still mattered as you were going into the final race.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't a whoever finishes higher thing. It was who has the most points.
Ah.
And like we literally got a tie one year.
Yeah, 2011.
We had a tie.
That had to be like one of the best championship years in history.
Like, how can you not see that that's like the perfect playoff format when you have a tie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And the chase was really good. I get it. Like, Jimmy Johnson won 7 championships, but he probably deserved to win 7 championships. Like, I was alive for all of them, but I wasn't conscious for the first half.
Yeah.
So, like,
I was only a fan whenever he won in 13 and 16.
I've been glued to the TV of NASCAR since I was 2, so.
That's
I've been watching
awesome.
this
I didn't discover it until I was 8 years old.
My dad's been watching it since like 80 something. He went to Dale Senior die, so my family's been in it for a while.
That's brutal. What else? What I was going to talk about? Oh boy, it's late at night, guys. Okay. Oh, I was going to talk about the point system. So here's what I do about the point situation. I think the points. This is going to be a crazy take. I think the points format they have is okay. The only tweak they need to make with it is get rid of the winning you're in during the regular season. Because I feel like the winning you're in during the regular season is just like, for example, SVG winning all those road courses. He's still like only like top 25 or top 30 in points still.
I can tell you right now.
All right.
He's not in the top 20. He is in 24th.
SVG's in 24th. It's just scary that he has the potential of winning the championship with how the playoff system is set up. I mean, it's just insane how that's all set up and all that going on.
Yeah, I mean, playoff format sucks. We've been there. But I'm hoping NASCAR changes the format. I really do hope that they listen to us for once as the fans. It's a battle between new age fans and the old heads like me and you, but like they got to listen to the people who know the sport. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think there's opportunity for changes for next season, but I just don't think it's fair for a driver like SVG just to win at road courses and then really have a chance at winning the championship when at every other racetrack he's outside the top 20.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It just doesn't make sense.
I just have a feeling whatever happens at Daytona, it's going to be total chaos. All right, so last question of the podcast. Of course, I usually ask newbies about their favorite diecast, but since you've been on here before, what was your favorite paint scheme from Richmond?
Out of all of them, like the top 3, it's hard to choose because like paint schemes look different, like in different lighting.
Yeah.
Like out of the top 3 I have, I think it's between Noah Gregson, Corey Heim, and I'm trying to think the third one I had. Let me look because you sent me the thing in the bobber. I lost the thing in the bobber. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, so Noah Gregson, Corey Heim, and then AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger's car was really photogenic during qualifying. It looked really good in like the sunset lighting.
Yeah. I thought that was one of his best colleague paint schemes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So far, I think. My favorite paint scheme was Austin Dillon's. I like the new Bass Pro Shop scheme. I think that's one of the best out of his past Pro Shop schemes that Austin Dillon has ran. So I'll have to go with that.
Don't blame you, but I just don't like Austin Dillon. So
yeah, I feel you. But okay, so that's the end of the Double D podcast. End of the 10th episode. Thank you for joining. I'm glad we made it to 10 episodes. And make sure you guys tune in next week, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday night for Jader Nieves. Our friend is going to Daytona this weekend, so it's going to be exciting to get his take from there. All right. Thank you for joining, Bennett. Hope you have a nice night.
You're welcome.